So I'm reading the messages, and why is it's a whole transaction of him trying to buy a gun, and he telling the dude, like, he using it for, he was like, it's for my baby mama and her family because they keep trying me. I'm about to do this and that. I'm like, I'm telling you, I could not believe my fucking eyes. Okay, so here go the screenshot when he asked how much they was. He said how much I need one. He sent the picture of it. He sent the price. And he said, hold that for me, bros. My baby mama family tripping with a nigga, making it hard to see my baby type shit. He said, when you find out what I've been through, you gonna want to throw me the pistol for free. This was the proof. He was trying to buy the gun for my family. He told his mama, I'm thinking about giving up my rights because the thought of murder shouldn't feel so pleasant. He was like, I'm already leaving, but I'm talking about Chrissy. I want to kill her.
Welcome back to another episode of Clocked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. This is a story time about a sister who said that her baby daddy had plans on killing her and her family via some text messages. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get into it.
Okay, story time on how I went through my baby daddy phone and found out he was basically trying to kill my family and me. And before y'all ask, yes, this is true. That's why I say I got some of the craziest stories. So let's get into it. It was a whole lot that happened previously before that, but I'm going to just start from labor. So when I was in labor, he had an attitude the whole time. Like, I was in labor for, I think, for hours. I know it was a long ass time, but he started getting frustrated, talking about, I'm ready to go. You need to hurry up. And the nurses was upset, and they was like, well, if he keeps doing that, because he started slamming doors and stuff, talking about he was cold and sleepy. They was like, we're going to have to ask him to leave because he can't be stressing you and the baby out. Okay, after I gave birth, he went missing shortly afterwards. Like, couldn't find his ass in the hospital. His mama and them came up there, and I ain't get along with his family, but they just kept staring at the baby and leaving and shit. So, moral of the story, he got kicked out the hospital because he started an argument with my best friend, and he was cussing and shit, talking about he'll fight everybody. They told his ass to leave. They told him he'd come back to the hospital. So after that, I was embarrassed as hell, and then we was like beefing hard. So he did not see the baby for like the first few weeks, and I'm steady trying to ask him, like, are you gonna come see her? It's been a few weeks. I'm sending pictures and stuff, all type of shit, and he not fucking with it at first. And so he finally say he coming over, right? And I'm thinking we doing good. So he come over. I ain't gonna lie, he fell asleep. And he fell asleep with his phone unlocked when he was like putting our daughter to sleep. So of course I'm finna go through his fucking phone. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I went through it. The opportunity presented itself and I took it.
Come on now, what's up with this going through the phones? Put the phones down. Leave the phones alone. Come on now. But she definitely found something. I could already see it coming. Let's keep on going, guys.
So I hurried up. I got the baby now, and I hurry up and, like, me and my best friend was roommates at the time. I hurry up and get her as the baby so I could go through his fucking phone, because whole time, you know, he was playing me. Like, he going back and forth acting like we working on our relationship and shit, basically lying how motherfuckers do. So I want to know the truth. I go through this motherfucker phone, find out he telling every fucking body the baby ain't his, making me look delusional. I'm talking about he got his new girl, they all type of shit. I'm like, this what we on? So I ended up finding messages between his mama. He telling his mama, they talking about the baby like, what if she ugly? Whole time, my genes is what made her cute. But that's a different story. Okay, so it was a lot of conflict, like I said, and I ended up opening his Facebook Messenger messages, and I opened the messages between my ex-best friend from, like, high school. We hadn't been friends in years, like, you know, we just fell off and went separate ways, and it was her brother messaging him. So I'm reading the messages, and it's a whole transaction of him trying to buy a gun, and he telling the dude, like, he using it he was like, it's for my baby mama and her family because they keep trying me. I'm about to do this and that. I'm like, I'm telling you, I could not believe my fucking eyes. So I'm screenshotting the fuck out of everything, taking pictures, like, so they know it's his phone, everything. And at first, like, I'm on the fence because he my baby daddy. I do love him, do still care for him, all that shit. But it's like, I'm on the fence, like, you trying to harm my family and me. Now, I ain't gonna lie, full disclosure, me and him previously had, like, domestic violence incidents, but at that point I wasn't really, I would say in that space that I was really caring about my safety, which I should have, but I'm like, damn, I never thought he had, like, stooped this low. So I found out a whole bunch of other shit about him cheating when we really was together, a whole bunch of other extra shit, but that was like the biggest fucking thing. And that like my mama ex best friend too, also in the messages talking shit about me. I said, oh damn, everybody feels some type of way. She telling her like that skank gonna get what she just wants you to take care of her. Baby, what? I always had more money. He lived with me. That's why I'm telling you, people be delusional out here.
Sisters, what's up with y'all getting with these bums? Talking about something he lived with you. What? He lived with you? Now don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with getting with a brother who's still trying to get on his feet. But he has to be actively looking to get on his feet. He can't be some brother that's just sitting on his behind at your house, which a lot of the time he is. You gotta dead that brother. Man, cut that brother loose. Honestly, I'm of the belief that if a man isn't where he wants to be in his life, he should try his best to stay away from women in relationships because you don't have much to provide. Of course, it isn't all about money and finances, but at the same time, a significant portion of a relationship is, and many relationships go down the wrong path because one party doesn't have the finances to support the other, especially as it pertains to the man. Let's keep on going.
Okay, so fast forward, I ended up getting another restraining order against him. I think it was my initial restraining order. I got an initial restraining order against him, and I used that as evidence. I also had evidence that he had previously put his hands on me and shit. So immediately, the judge seen that shit, approval immediately. Went, and he was like a social media ass nigga, so every time like something happened, he going on social media. So when he got served, he went live. I'm looking at all these comments. I'm talking about girls I ain't never met before, talking about she just bitter, all this stuff. But I'm like, so it prompted me because I don't like when a motherfucker saying shit about me and they don't know me for real. So I go on social media and I'm posting screenshots how this man trying to kill me and my family. He purchasing guns. Like, I'm talking about, it was a whole picture of the gun, the dude telling him like which one you want, everything. And I don't even want to say this, but it's like, damn, y'all rose up as criminals, because who do all this through messages? But I posted all that shit, fuck it. But yeah, and from there shit went up between us. Like, it was hella drama, but nobody like believed me at first until I showed them like screenshots and stuff. I'm like, this man was literally planning on killing me and my fucking family. And I did wake his ass up, and I told him I went through all his phone, I got everything I need, and told him get the fuck out of my house, period. But of course he went on social media making me like the bad guy, that I was just being bitter and I didn't want him to see his baby. You know how they always do. Okay, I'm gonna use your comment to answer some of the questions. Somebody said in the comments like how you get past him trying to kill y'all. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily past it, but I will say it has been 5 years. In addition to that, we have went to custody court multiple times. While all of that played a part in him having supervised visits in the beginning, they did put him on some type of parenting plan that he had to do, like life skills classes, anger management classes, domestic violence classes, and that we had multiple cases in criminal court for him abusing me. But down the line, once he completed all of that, they did still give him custody, partial custody. Like, I have primary custody, but he does still get visitation. So 5 years later, and I still have to interact with him, I kind of like, it is what it is. I wouldn't say I trust him. I definitely don't trust his ass though. But I'm going to elaborate on what happened at the hospital, because somebody had asked something about the hospital. So it turns out he was actually pissed off because the girlfriend that he had that I didn't know about until later, she, I guess they was really just talking at that time point. But because all the drama he had with me, she ended up messing back with her ex and got pregnant. So when I was in labor, she sent him a message on Facebook Messenger. I got that screenshot too, telling him that she was pregnant and saying, you got all this stuff going on with your baby mama anyway. But in the midst of me being pregnant, during the pregnancy, she was taunting me all on social media too. So he was really mad. And the next video, somebody asked me to post the screenshots. I tried to find a few of them, but I'm gonna post that screenshot along with when he was trying to like purchase the gun. I found a few of them, so I can post that. So he was not really mad at me, but he was mad that I guess his life wasn't working out how he wanted it to. He didn't want me. In one of the messages, he literally said if she was gonna go back to her ex, I would have went back to my baby mama. That's why I don't trust men with baby mamas, because you using me as a second option. Like, I'ma just always be here, and that ain't never the case, because I'm gonna get the fuck on. And somebody asked, I need a story time like on how y'all got back good. I wouldn't say we all the way back good. Like I said, it's been 5 years, but the first time we actually seen each other in person was literally last year, and that was only because it was the last resort and nobody was available to meet him at the airport with our child. I went years without seeing him after we ended court. I think the last time I actually saw him in person was in our custody case when we had a trial. After that, I did not see him. Everybody else handled it for me. It was so much high conflict, and that I had so much proof that he was really trying to like attack me or doing stuff maliciously to me. So the judge made it to where he could never show up to the drop-offs for the child. And then he used to try to be spiteful and have his girlfriend or her friend show up, or other people that didn't like me. So the judge made it to where nobody else could come to drop off the baby or pick her up but his mama and daddy. And he was mad because he was like, she can have anybody come, but I can only have my parents. But the judge did not budge on that. Like, no, like nobody else can come but them two. Yeah. So he does have like a great relationship with our daughter now. Now, again, I don't trust him when it comes to me, because he definitely always still try to hurt me in certain ways, taking me back to court for every little thing, because the judge did grant me to be able to leave the state. I don't live in the state. Somebody asked that. I haven't lived in the same state with him for like three or so years. So it's been a minute. And again, I have not, my first time seeing him in person was a few months ago, legit. Okay, so here go the screenshot when he asked how much they was. He said how much I need one. He sent the picture of it. He sent the price. And he said, hold that for me, bros. My baby mama family tripping with a nigga, making it hard to see my baby type shit. I'm finna post the next screenshot, so pause it or whatever. Okay, so here go the second part. Remember I told you this was my old friend brother that he was buying a gun from. So this him, and he was like, all right, I got you for so say less. He said, you know my baby mama, don't you? And he was like, a kinda or whatever. He said, ask your sis how her and Nikki is. Nikki is my current best friend, and he said, when you find out what I've been through, you gonna want to throw me the pistol for free. This was the proof. He was trying to buy the gun for my family. Okay, so here goes a screenshot when he was texting his mama. He told his mama, I'm thinking about giving up my rights because the thought of murder shouldn't feel so pleasant. He said, I'm already leaving. This one, he was leaving the hospital when he had got kicked out. He was like, I'm already leaving, but I'm talking about Chrissy. I want to kill her. She told him just leave. She asked if we argued. He said I got kicked out. This one, he got kicked out the hospital. So this is a screenshot with his mama during my pregnancy. I had announced my pregnancy on Facebook, which he knew about because he knew the day I had the ultrasound and all that shit. But yes, because me and him was arguing, he was brought on my social media. But she told him, don't do shit for me. No late night snacks, no pity runs, no gas money, all that shit. Basically, she told him to stop looking out for me, anything like that. And this was why I was pregnant. And she basically insinuated that I was only trying to be with him for shit that he can do for me. But previously, he had lived with me, and then he went back to living with his parents. Like, he wasn't necessarily a prize, but okay. So this is a screenshot from when he was texting when he came back to the hospital. Like, when I told y'all he went missing for a few hours when he came back. This is the girl that he was messing with, her sister. And he had basically told her, like, damn, if I knew she was going to go back to her ex, I would have stayed with my baby mama. That's why I'm like, he didn't want me, and he was literally just using me and shit. And this is why he was really mad. He took all his fucking anger out on me, basically. Okay, I'm going to use this comment just...
Bro, this entire situation is crazy. What? So he actually has text messages basically admitting to the idea that he was thinking about murdering her and doing potential harm to her family. And this is your baby mother. This is the mother of your child. And this is how you're speaking about her. This is how you want to treat her. Seriously? And it's just crazy. But sisters, y'all gotta stop getting with these bums. You gotta stop getting with these bums. And it's not to say that every brother's a bum, because we're not at all. But it is to say that, sisters, y'all gotta have better discernment, because what is this? This man, you got with a man that want to kill you. It's really not funny. I'm being facetious, but that is not funny. That is not cool. Man, let's keep on going.
respond to all the comments. I've been reading the comments all day. First off, what the fuck does this even mean? Like, seriously. Y'all in an uproar about me saying a better place when, yes, we are in a better place for me. As I stated multiple times, this happened 5 years ago. Not only that, I handled the situation the way I saw fit. So yes, I follow our court order. And all y'all in the comments, a lot of y'all in the comments talking about, oh, I don't give a fuck about no custody order. I would have did this and that. Fuck a custody order. See, the problem is, most of y'all in the comments, I wouldn't even say most of y'all, a lot of y'all in the comments ain't got shit to lose. And that's not me. I got shit to lose. And again, I did not want to lose my child. I'm not going to put up no motherfucking fight. That is the quickest way to get your damn kids taken from you. Violating a custody order. That's damn near considered kidnapping. And that, it really shows that a lot of y'all don't know family law or law, period. It was one girl got in the comments talking about, my friend, a social worker. Babe, you must be new here. Because I'm a social worker. What do you mean? As with all my story times, there's always a plot twist. And then y'all taking the literal words of me saying that I was on the fence. Yes, I was. I was referring to in that moment. When I'm reading the messages, I'm taking pictures and stuff. I didn't just jump up and say, I'm finna call the police on his ass. I had to get my motherfucking emotions in order. Yes, I'm not afraid to admit that. I did still love him. That's with anything. Y'all don't even be having this energy for a motherfucker that was murdered and the family get on television telling the suspect that they forget him.
A lot of people don't understand that when emotions are involved, irrational actions often are viewed as normal in the moment. I mean, like she said, she loved him at the time. She did. And in fact, he had emotions for her. Even though he was doing what he was doing on the side, that's why he's getting so upset. You don't get upset with somebody that you do not have care for. You don't. They're irrelevant to you. It doesn't strike you hard in the heart. And so I say that to say, her acting in a way that many of the people in the comments who don't know what the hell they're talking about in the first place, that they don't agree with, man, please let that go. Let that go. Because at the end of the day, it's her life, it's her emotions. She had feelings for the man at the time. Hell, she was carrying the man's baby at the time. Give the woman some grace. And she needs to take that into consideration. Don't pay that any mind. Let's keep on going.
Like, what are y'all talking about? So yes, and then it's the lack of comprehension for me, because in the first video, I said that I used all of those screenshots, reported it to the police, and I said that I got a restraining order in that first video. So if I said I got a restraining orders happen through courts and the police, I clearly had told them. That's comprehension. But let me just go ahead and get into the plot twist. So, like I said, I'm a social worker. When this occurred, I had not graduated with my bachelor's yet. I was still in college. However, I did look for help. Way before I even seen that, I had looked for help when he broke my hand before. Yes, he broke my hand before. And it was getting out of hand, and I was looking for help. I didn't have nobody to help me. I'm going to be real on that. I did not have nobody that would come to my rescue. In my previous videos, I mentioned that me and my dad don't have a great relationship. But I put my pride to the side and I called his ass. I called him, found out that I was blocked. That's some other shit that I mentioned in my previous videos about something's going on with him and my mama that he was mad about. All right, I still put my pride to the side. I called my daddy twin brother. Well, I sent him a message on Facebook, asked for his number. I called him. I explained the situation to him. I showed him my broken hand at the time, all this shit going on. I told him I needed help. He told me he would let my daddy know, which he did. However, what my uncle reported back to me was he said that my daddy said, that's on her. She need to figure that out. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Basically what he said. So yes, of course, I was very hurt. Like, damn, my own daddy. Okay, so although I was hurt by that, I was not surprised. So I took matters into my own hands. I didn't see no other option. So what I did was, and when I say this, nobody knew this but my best friend. But fuck it. I'm going to say it. My baby daddy going to find out, because my baby daddy already seen the videos any fucking way. He already said something to me about it. We had a CPS case with Child Protective Services. I reported myself to Child Protective Services. Because again, I said I'm a social worker. I know what's considered like, child cruelty and all that stuff, child endangerment. So I reported myself. I reported myself in an effort to save my kids. and to get me out of an abusive cycle, I would say. I knew that they was gonna come and investigate and shit like that. So when they called me and said we have a case and stuff like that, I know that they can see who called it in. So she told me, she said, you know, I can see that you called the case in, right? I said, yes. Me and this lady had a deep talk. Now, she told me, she said, you saying that you want to be a social worker? I said, yes. She said, you know, if the case is substantiated, you cannot be a CPS worker. I said, I'm aware. Unless that I was proving that I was being protective, taking avenues to get myself out of that situation. So that's exactly what I did. So that's what I mean by y'all ass don't be having shit to lose. Because me, I'm not finna react in violence and lose my damn career over y'all ass. It's never that deep for me. Yes, I'm gonna call the police on your ass. Okay, moral of the story. I thought that this was going to help him not put his hands on me. I'm thinking like, okay, if he know CPS is involved and it can possibly get our child taken, he gonna get his shit together. He not gonna put his hands on me. That was my thought process. So when they called him in, and you know, he talked to me, he was like, I feel like your family called CPS because it's weird. They know small details and stuff that happened. He said, I denied everything, but it's crazy how they knew. The entire time, it was me. I called the case on us. So y'all saying a motherfucker ain't protective, y'all don't know me. Because one thing about it, I'm going to look out for myself and my kids at the end of the day before anybody else. So yes, I still have my career. I was protective of myself. I protected my kids in the best way I could. And it worked out in my favor. Like, y'all ass in the comments saying all type of shit. Y'all don't fucking know me. Literally. And then it's the lack of, like, active listening. Like, so many people kept saying the same thing. So you still with him after he did this? Baby, I ain't been with that man in 5 years. Literally. Probably a little longer than that, actually. But my first time seeing him, which I stated in the video, half of y'all ass don't even be watching the full thing. Y'all watch one portion and think y'all know the whole idea of what's going on. So yes, that's my plot twist. I just seen this motherfucker for the first time. For the first time in years in person. A few months ago at the damn airport. I didn't even get out the damn car. I saw his ass at the curb. But yeah, that's my plot twist. That's why I was like, it's so funny. Y'all in the comments saying, oh, you. And then some girl commented talking about, you the type of person I would never hang with. Good, sweetheart. Because you definitely at the top I'd be with. The fuck?
So, what do you guys think about this story time? I think it to be very unfortunate that this sister ended up with a brother that was domestically abusive, that was emotionally abusive, and overall did not treat her well. I think that it is important that men make sure they step up to the plate and take care of their children. And I think it is important that both parties, men and women, make sure they choose the correct significant other to lay down with and procreate with to prevent themselves from being in situations such as this one. I think that she did the right thing in this situation. I think that she conducted herself well, considering she didn't go after him and try to do something ill against him, given that that could have put her in legal troubles. And like she said, had the children taken away, or the child taken away from her. And that goes against the entire premise of what she was trying to accomplish, which was to stay away from him and to keep her children safe. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me that she made the correct decision in making sure that she went the legal route to make sure she kept her children and made sure she kept herself safe? Or do you guys disagree with me and think that she should have stayed with him and tried to work some things out? Thank you for tuning into this Clocked Out Conversation. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!